Hey there guys, what is going on? We are back with another map guide. This is going to be your map guide to Slums in Cold War Season 5. This is just vibes, man. We love Slums. Look at this. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same how it was before, and I love it so much. You get the left-hand side, you get the bin. This is my YouTube channel right here, just in case you were wondering. But anyway, just before we do jump into the map guide here for Slums, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we do know that about 90% of you guys watching these videos right now are not subscribed, so if you could take the time to hit that little red button for me, that would be absolutely fantastic. So as we normally do, let's start off with the flags. As you probably know, you've probably played this map before, but if you need a little refresher or if you've never played it before, a flag is down in this little area here, this little bowl style area. This is the soccer goal. It's called net, but is what it is here. Let's move on to the B flag. Everybody knows about the B flag. You can basically just hold it from these two gates, and it is just in the middle there. Really tough flag to take because it is just so open. Like you can just see seen from there, be seen from there, be seen from there, be seen from up here, across there, across there. It's just tough to hold the B flag in my opinion. If you didn't know, you can actually jump over this wall. Very simple stuff again. This is classic Slum stuff, man. It's classic Slums. We love it. It always comes back in the Call of Duty Cold War Black Ops games. You know what I'm talking about. And the C flag is this little bowl here near the garage style. Near the mechanic style area. Pretty sure that car is going to be blow upable. Maybe not in domination though. Yeah, I think it's in domination where that stuff doesn't really work. But again, this is just vibes, man. I love this map. Anyway, let's talk about some spots, some line of sights, and other things that you need to know about when you do play Slums. So as I said, one of my favorite things about this map is this little half wall here. Just jump over the top of it. Very simple. I know the pattern on the tiles is a little different to what you're probably used to if you've played this before, but everybody knows about this half wall. Just jump over it. Easy way to get to the B flag and make a little play. Move through this house here, maybe into the back there. Pretty simple stuff. Again, you can just sprint through these windows, break and make your own way through there. People do spawn back there as well. So it is a nice little hold here, especially on these sandbags here, as well as this truck. Again, you can see pretty much through to the B flag. Again, you can see towards the A flag. And then again, the line of sight through there's a nice little lineup of people running through there. You can shoot through that, and you can shoot through that little angle there if you have a sniper or something similar. Moving back to this part of the map, again, another dumpster to hide behind. There's a lot of head glitches on this map. A lot of maps like this in the Black Ops 2 era do have a lot of stuff to sort of just crouch behind and hold as head glitches. This is very likely to be a hard point. I've not played hard point on this map yet, but this was a hard point previously. I think it was Black Ops 4. I know it was definitely one. So this is probably going to be a hard point back here. It's not a super useful spot. Otherwise, you can sort of defend and attack the C flag from back here. This little angle here, again, the half wall. You will get picked off if you do sit here. So again, you probably want to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe push up on some of this stuff here, the tiny little cars. These cars are so small. Very weird. Again, the trucks, again, using this to attack towards the C flag. You can come back in the laundromat. You can see pretty much all the way down into this street here if you look back here. Again, moving towards the C flag. This is sort of fairly common stuff. I can't remember if you used to be able to get back there. I don't think so. I don't think you used to be able to go back in there. Again, there is a little fountain type area which you can use to hold the C flag. This is very effective because this is a nasty, like, double head glitch almost. Like, look at this stuff. You're just impossible to hit if you're sort of peeking behind this, man. This is really tough for somebody to pick you out of. Again, there's a couple of different spots where you can place your field microphones and your field upgrade equipment that make it very easy to sort of not get taken out. But most of them are fairly obvious. You probably don't need me to explain that you can put this in a corner here and it will be a quite good spot. So we'll move on. Again, as I said, you can blow that car up if you are not playing on domination, I believe. And then this little route around the back towards the C flag as well. I know there's a hard point in the garage as well, so it can be a little bit tricky to push this area. So it can be a little goofy here. But again, this is one of the most common lines of sight to get shot into. Somebody will get there, and somebody will get to sort of that area back there as well. So you need to be ready for a gunfight. When you come through here, you come through the garage, you get to this spot, you are probably going to have to shoot someone. So if you do have something at like medium distance, slightly longer distance, like say your EM2, you're probably going to get into a gunfight here and maybe win that gunfight depending on what weapon you have. Again, this is another spot where you can hold this. I think this used to be different. I think that actually used to be smaller. From memory, I actually can't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember laying down in this yucky spot here. Just like wait, and then lay down as people run past you. You take them out very easily as they sprint past. And then you poke your head back up and take out somebody in the garage. It's a nice little spot, and it works both ways. Again, you can just sort of sit and just sort of wait on this head glitch, wait for people to come to you. A little bit of glitchy terrain up there. Look at that. That should be happening. Again, this is another spot where you can sort of play similar Similar style of stuff. There's a lot of these sandbags around and they're all designed around you sort of poking your head up. You almost get to see into that spawn back there. People do spawn back there fairly frequently for the A flag, as well as in the soccer goal net style area. So this is a very, very nice head glitch spot here. Again, peek around this pole on this car. You're going to get some kills here. You're going to get some spawn traps, some nasty, nasty stuff here. This is a particularly important part of the map as it does link up most of it. So the A flag, the flank onto that side, and then of course the B flag, and then the B flag building as well. This is a fairly hotly contested part of the map as well. You can see that there is more of these concrete cement bag style stuff. Again, you can use the dumpster as well to try and sort of get people off that particular head glitch there, which is that barrel. And same with these tires. This is very, very common stuff. People will sit on this all the time. And as well as in the middle, you can actually walk up on here and sort of use this as a little bit of cover. Because this is sort of such an open area, you would think this is not a great spot. But if you've got somebody watching this area as well, if you've got sort of somebody sitting on this box here, making sure people can't get back here, this is actually a fine spot. Like sitting up on here is actually fine if you've got somebody watching there, because you can't really be taken out from sort of conventional stuff in front of you. You can kill people who jump over the wall. You should be able to get a jump on people who do come from that little corridor, and you got a very, very nice shot on people from behind or that little concrete outer hole there. So this is a pretty decent spot to defend unless somebody isn't watching this spot for you. So just keep that in mind. Again, as I said, the B flag is a hotly contested. This is very, very rarely capped for the most part. You will see a lot of trophy systems. So just chuck your trophy system on the ground here, anywhere in this area, because people will literally just spawn and then just yeet their grenade into this spot. Hotly contested. Chuck a trophy system down here. That's very, very important on this map because this is so hotly contested. B flag is really tough to take on this map. Again, another very, very important part of the map that does link it all up is this bit back here. This room, very, very interesting stuff as it does overlook the B flag, connects the A flag, and then the corridor towards the C flag. Again, a very, very important part of this map as it does connect the spawn as well. A lot of people do spawn back there near the soccer goal or just in under the shelter there on an A, and they will literally just come up here. So you got to be wary. You got to be wary of that way. You got to be wary of that way. So if you are in a tough spot here, maybe lay down, wait for people to come up the stairs, and then shoot somebody who is on that barrel there. Or even trying to push around from the Barber Shop side. This is a little flagpole that indicates that is the Barber Shop. And then we come back down here as well for the A flag. Again, a little bit of an interesting one because this is literally just a bowl for people to throw grenades in. People will launch their frags and everything over this wall here. Basically just trying to land them in this little bowl here. It's not too difficult to land something in there. I don't have one on me. But as you can see, you literally it's just an easy throw towards the A flag. You'll probably land it in there. If somebody is trying to get the A flag, you get an easy kill on them because it's just a bowl. Like if a grenade bounces here, it's very likely to just hit the wall here and just kill someone. So just keep this in mind. If you are trying to cap the A flag, it is a little tough to hold this sometimes because people just chuck grenades and it's very tough. I know there used to be a soccer ball that spawned down here. I know there used to be something you could kick around. I think that was on Black Ops 4. Kick it into the goal, have a mess around time. Not really super interesting. Again, this area of the map is not super significant, but it is sometimes necessary to play in here. You can get a nice little line of sight on somebody, but you do sort of expose yourself. So it's not the best spot. If somebody is on that, you're probably in a little bit of trouble if you do come in here. Anyway, you sort of have to jitter peek in and out of these walls. Basically just like fire a couple of shots, peek in and out, move up, fire a couple more shots, fire a couple more shots. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky on this particular spot right here, especially with these sandbags. People do know when you are in here, man. If you get shot and you duck into here, you're probably in a bad way. So maybe a smoke grenade, maybe just sort of quick movement, trying to take some shots and then sprint across into cover. It can be a little tricky if you do get caught in there. Again, from the reverse angle coming up to this spot, again, you will get into a lot of gunfights on this little angle here again. Like, as you get here, I believe, off the top of my head, I believe A flag gets this side here first, I think. So most people on the C flag will probably get to like there. And you get to sort of this point and you'll get into a gunfight fairly often. Lots and lots of people do sprint down there straight away, get into a gunfight. And that's usually where the first blood happens. So just keep that in mind. Again, if you do run on the right-hand side of the map, you are very, very likely to get into a gunfight about this location here. Sometimes they do get here quicker and you just sort of have to deal with that by maybe hiding along this sandbag, waiting for them to come to you. Or if you push up, just wait for them and then just sort of peek in and out of this barricade here. It's very, very nice to spot. Again, we haven't actually talked about this little church, little graveyardy bit here. This is, again, a very, very important part as it does link up the C flag to the B flag and then the big flank towards the A flag as well. So again, these rooms are always hotly contested. You'll often see some sentry guns. Sentry guns actually do appear here fairly often as well, sort of in this area on the pillar up there as well. Anyway, moving on, we can just move around the back here in this. As I said, it does connect all the areas of the map. This is really, really well connected. Lots of flanks, lots of ways to run through. Of course, there is a brick wall that you can hop over. And that's pretty much it. Like, there is not lots of stuff that is super complicated on this map. Like, you can actually see this little line of sight here. You can jump and hit it like hit a nice little shot on somebody who is sitting behind there. You will probably need a sniper for that, but again, you can get another one from this jump little here. Again, nice little spot on that guy there over the wall. You actually don't need to jump because there is the little half wall there, so that is a nice spot. But again, there's lots of stuff that you really can just explore for yourself. Like, it's pretty uncomplicated, these maps. Like, a lot of the Cold War Black Ops 2 stuff is pretty uncomplicated because, as I said, a lot of people have already played them before. A lot of people know the ins and outs of these maps. But if you didn't already, this will hopefully help you out. And lastly, basically the only thing that we want to talk about that is left, of course, is the resupply thing. That is here. I almost missed it. But the resupply thing is, of course, pretty in the middle. It's a little towards seaside. But again, most of the time, this will be hotly contested for the B flag. So just keep this in mind here. You'll often get into gunfights in this room, across the other side, those rooms there. There's a lot of gunfights happening across this map the whole time because it is very, very fast paced, in and out of corridors all the time. Shooting people just coming out of spawn, very satisfying, but I really do think this is one of the better maps that they've ever added to the game, and that is why they keep bringing it back. It's an absolute fan favorite. And that's pretty much going to be our map guide for Slums in Cold War Season 5. There isn't too much to talk about with this map, but there is some interesting spots. If I did miss something, make sure you do leave a comment letting me know. If you've not already done so, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it. It really does help me out. Of course, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!